Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Just give me a moment while I make sure everyone is able to view these videos. I want to make sure everyone is able to jump on live if they would like to. Welcome. Today is Wednesday, January 3rd, our first Wednesday of the new year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone watching, everyone who will watch. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Again, welcome. Good evening. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Rachel Chinoa J. I am the founder and executive director of engagement at Speak Initiative. And today I'm just going to jump right into what I have to share with you, right? So, Speak Initiative is a nonprofit peer support organization that's centered around helping people who need someone. We stand in the gap, and I'm looking away because I'm reading, looking at the screens in case anyone joins and comments. I'll be able to interact with you. Um, the Speak Initiative stands in the gap with our clients, who we call speakers, and the professionals. We are here um, for people who may have a family, you may have friends, you may have peers, but you still may feel like at times that they that you may not have anyone who truly understands, right? Speak is for people who have mental health challenges or who have had past suicidal ideations or who have even experienced a self harm incident, right? So a lot of people look at me and I get, oh, wow, she's so well spoken or she's so gentle, so kind and so smart. I've even heard intense, determined, and a few others that I probably won't say because I need to work on those, right? However, many of those same people may not know that I was not happy, I was not well, and I have experienced suicidal ideations and behaviors. They wouldn't believe that I actually wanted to end my own life. Today, January 3rd, 2024, is the 15th anniversary of the day I planned to leave this world. Knowing now what I did not know then, I was in a somewhat of what's called a mixed state. And a mixed state is where you can be experiencing symptoms of hypomania, or I was at the tail end of a hypomanic cycle and experiencing extreme depression at the same time. So I was not just on one end of the spectrum, I was having symptoms from both ends of the bipolar spectrum, right? Um, I sometimes lightheartedly say that that was a series of unfortunate events that led me up to Saturday, January 3rd, 2009. And I had a really, really bad day and night, for that matter. And on that night, Saturday, January 3rd, 2009, I overdosed on a number of different medications that I had been prescribed throughout the time of being diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 2005. And that was a good number of different meds, all controlled substances and highly prescribed for people who have been diagnosed with bipolar. But unfortunately, my meds were being changed consistently because the mixtures and the cocktails were not working for me, right? Um, in April of 2008, I had been hospitalized for medication management, actually, and it was determined that I wasn't able to physically function well enough on the prescribed prescriptions that they had. So I had to stop taking a lot of my meds. And that's a story for another time because that's a whole nother saga by itself, right? So to continue, on Saturday the 3rd, it started out as a regular day. I would say regular in quotes because what is regular? It just started out as a normal Saturday for me. And I saw some friends that I spent a few hours with. And unfortunately, I had had a few what I considered challenges in the last few days and obviously months prior to that. And the final conflict of the series occurred that evening around 6 p.m. When I arrived back home to my neighborhood, I parked my vehicle for what I thought was the last time because I was convinced that there was no place for me in this world, that there was no safety, that there was no grace, that there were no breaks, just pain. I was convinced of that. Pain was something that I had become familiar with and was my constant companion. It started early in life, and I learned to hide, mask, and stuff the realities of my life and smile through the many pitfalls. The level of pain I was experiencing in that moment and that I had been living with for months or better years came to a head, and something in me switched. I decided that I no longer wanted to live. And in that very present, very painful moment is what I was trying to let go of. It wasn't life itself. It was the pain that I was dealing with. So I overdosed on approximately 50 to 60 pills, as I recall, about 5 handfuls, right? Well, the aftermath of January 3rd was me being unconscious in my apartment for about 24 hours, emergency medical personnel breaking in to save me, and me fully waking up on Monday, January 5th, which is now when I celebrate as my ReBirthday. So this year, my ReBirthday is actually this Friday. Trust me, it has not been an easy 15 years. There have been lots of, I would say, a lot of things and a lot of life throughout this journey that haven't been as smooth as I prefer, but I'm still here, right? I mean, I was even upset back in 2009 when I realized that I was still here, but something else eventually happened. Through honesty, years of continued therapy, support, and experience, I finally learned my purpose. I finally found the voice that remained hidden in my entire childhood and much of my adult life at that time. I learned how to speak my truth, and in speaking my truth, I found more healing. It was in that healing that I realized the dire need for the services we're committed to offering here at Speak Initiative. I realized that there's a very real need for someone who needs someone to have someone, and Speak is that someone. SPEAK stands for Suicide Prevention Through Empowerment, Action, and Kindness, right? So we're currently coming out of the holiday season and into a new year, and this time of year can be especially difficult. Last time we were live, I talked about affirmations versus resolutions and being kinder to ourselves, right? And being present. Now more than ever, especially since the COVID pandemic, more and more people need someone. More and more people have sunken into a place of despair, and some don't know how they're going to find their way out. Now, don't get me wrong, don't get confused. We are not therapists. We are peers who simply understand. We are here to be an unbiased resource and to maybe offer additional resources to those who want or who need them. So, if you are someone who needs someone or knows someone who needs someone, please call someone. Speak is that someone, and our volunteers are here to offer and help and guide you through to resume your journey to healthy. If that is you, call us. The number is actually scrolling below. Let us help you find your voice because the world needs you to speak. Perhaps you're a survivor or you know a survivor. Perhaps you're a loved one of someone who has struggled with their mental health. Maybe you're just someone who recognizes a need. You might even be someone who's in school for social work. Maybe you were a child who felt like they couldn't make a difference at that time because you were too young, well, now you can. Now is your opportunity to be someone to someone else. As you can imagine, there's a large group of people who are suffering from some sort of mental illness. Many are undiagnosed or won't admit it or don't understand. Some individuals don't know that they can feel better and be better because pain and unhealth may be the norm for their environment. That's why we need each other. Sometimes you just need to feel heard. For this, we need more speakers and listeners. Okay? Perhaps your organization and you recognize the need in our community and would like to collaborate, we welcome and encourage your kinship. Please email us at the email address that's scrolling below, which is info@speakinitiativesuicideprevention.org. You can visit our website, you can select the programs tab, and you can select collaborate and send us a message that way as well. You may be someone who doesn't need any help and also doesn't have the time to devote or even the experience, but would like to make a difference. We understand and appreciate you. We encourage you to give or simply spread the word. You never know you never know whose life you can change simply by offering speak. To donate, of course, you can do so on our website under the tab that says Give Now. On the behalf of Speak Initiative, current and future speakers, thank you and welcome. Together, we can affect positive change in the world, but only together. Our voices hold power, but only if we speak. Thank you for taking time to listen to me today. Thank you for staying through the 12 minutes that I've been on. Like I said, my birthday is on Friday. My rebirthday is on Friday, this Friday, January 5th. So those of you who do not see this in the first broadcast, this will be replayed on January 5th. And I just want to say we are approaching rapidly. Actually, January 5th through the 8th was our launch date in 2022. So we will be celebrating our 2-year anniversary in the very near future, within the next month. We don't have any plans for that event yet. We don't have logistics, but please look out for our newsletter or any mailings that you would receive from us, any emails to let you know what activities are coming up with Speak Initiative and some of the collaborations that we may have going on. Okay, so thank you so much again for joining us tonight, joining me. I am grateful for each and every one of you who watch and who support me, and I am grateful for the life that I still have. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Take care. Have a good night.